Before we get started, do me a favor and smash that like button. I'd appreciate it. Okay, we're on TBill.io, and the first thing you need to know is up here in the right hand corner is your MetaMask wallet address. If that's not there, then you need to connect your wallet in order to go any further. So what's important to understand is that all of these numbers are based on your share of the overall pool. That number changes constantly because the size of the pool constantly changes. It's increasing and decreasing as people add to the liquidity or pull their liquidity out. So your share of the overall pool constantly changes as a result of that. So over here on the right are the numbers relative to the pool size overall, and over here on the left are the numbers relative to your share of the overall pool. Okay, so if you want to see what your share of the overall pool as a percentage is, you go over to the theta swap side to see that, and I will show that to you in a bit. So these numbers are all updated every 10 minutes, and so the amount of TBill that is attributed to me based on my share of the overall pool is 9,590.95 TBill, and the total Tfuel is 52,175 Tfuel. So those numbers will change every 10 minutes based on the number of TBill in the liquidity pool and the number of Tfuel. And those numbers are constantly changing as people enter and leave the pool and as swaps are made. You know, sometimes people come in and they swap Tfuel for TBill, and sometimes people swap TBill for Tfuel. So the number of either token at any given moment in time is going to change every 10 minutes. So if we scroll down here, this next section is the Rebase section, and that shows you that tonight, if nothing changes, there will be a rebase, and I will pick up some additional TBill in that process. But keep in mind that the numbers that drive this change continually, and so if the current weighted average price of over the last 24 hours is $1.16 for TBill, and that is above the maximum TBill price, and so it's going to trigger a rebase. The price over here on the right that says spot reward, that is the 10-minute weighted average price of TBill, or $1.21. And this number over here on the left, $1.08, is the target price for TBill. So if the price goes 5% above $1.08, it triggers a rebase in the positive direction, meaning more TBill will be added. If the price, the 24-hour weighted average price of TBill, drops more than 5% below $1.08, then it will trigger a rebase in the contraction direction, meaning some of the TBill will be taken away. So that's what the rebasing information is, and right now it's saying that the next rebase will be in 12 hours and 25 minutes. So a lot can change in that amount of time. And then if you scroll down here in the right hand corner, these prices are the 10-minute weighted average price of TBill at $1.21, and the 10-minute weighted average price of Tfuel at 22 cents. So these numbers are historical, so the last update was at 1330 UTC, and at that time, based on my share of the pool, there were 9,592 TBill for me and 52,169 Tfuel for me. And then the TBill price here is based on those two numbers multiplied by these 10-minute weighted average prices up here in the right-hand corner. And then the MTBill is with the multiplier added to it. So basically, with the 2x multiplier applied to the TBill number and the 22 cents tied to the Tfuel number, the value at this last update of my share of the pool was $34,845, which gave me a return or a reward expressed in TBill of 2.73 TBill was accrued. And so if I scroll down here at the bottom, it shows the day's total reward that I have accrued since the last payout at midnight UTC was 22.3 TBill. So we're just over halfway through the current 24 hours. So by the time that it pays out tonight, I will earn roughly 40 TBill, give or take. So that's what those numbers mean. Okay, this is on the thetaswap.io, and it is showing that my share of the liquidity pool is 0.016% of the total pool. That number constantly changes because the size of the pool constantly changes. So that's where you get what your share of the pool is. Okay, here's an example. Let's say the pool has 1,000 TBill and 5,000 Tfuel. So the ratio between TBill and Tfuel is 5 Tfuel to 1 TBill. Someone comes in and does a swap for 500 TBill and they are getting 2,500 Tfuel out. So at that point, the liquidity pool now has 1,500 TBill and only 2,500 Tfuel. Now, if your share of the pool was 1%, then 1% of the TBill would be 15 TBill, and 1% of 2,500 Tfuel would be 25 Tfuel. Next, somebody comes in and swaps 5,000 Tfuel for 1,000 TBill, which means after that swap is done, the amount of TBill would be 500 and the amount of Tfuel would be 7,500. And so your 1% would be 5 TBill, and 1% of 7,500 would be 75 Tfuel. So every 10 minutes when the tracking updates, the numbers that are displayed are the number of TBill in the LP times your percentage of the LP, and the same thing for the Tfuel, the number of Tfuel in the LP times the percentage of the LP that you own. And then the TBill and the MTBill are updated based on the then current prices of TBill and Tfuel. And then your rewards are calculated, and the amount of TBill that is required to pay your rewards is calculated, and it's accrued. And at midnight UTC, everything that you have accrued will be paid out. Well, that's a wrap for this presentation, so cue the music. Well, hopefully that helped you to understand the numbers that you're seeing and make some sense of it all. If you enjoyed the video, then hit that thumbs up for me, and I'll see you in the next video.